Attention everyone, are you ready for the most insane, brain-melting, out-of-this-world stream you've ever seen? Are you ready for me to rob a bank? You're all ready? That's good. I'm very thoroughly prepared for this heist, so please don't think I'll fail. Other than my lack of a mask, but I mean, ha 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 ha, I'm sure it's fine. Alright, I'm about to enter the bank for the first time. Let me set the scene. The bank's massive glass doors loom in front of me, practically begging to be smashed through. I look up, glaring at the security cameras. The red light blinks back mockingly, its gaze unflinching. I stare back. For a brief second, I consider smashing the CCTV with both fists. But restraint and my lawyer stop me. I take a deep breath and push the doors open. My eyes dart around the bank, taking in the rows of counters, the bored-looking tellers, and the meager security presence. Typical, I thought. These people have no clue what's about to hit them. But like, for legal reasons, this was all a joke, and I'm totally not about to rob a bank. Haha. Haha. Alright. I'm gonna go and talk to the security first and make sure they're not going to be a problem. Otherwise, evil negotiations will be made. Ah, that's better. Now time to chat with security. Am I not going to cover my face when I enter? I'm inside already and security doesn't seem too suspicious of me. In fact, I can see one of them looking at me now. I think they're blushing. Can Vidal hack the cameras? Please, he's far too dumb and his little paws can't type fast enough. It's kind of cute how hard he tries though. The swarm is here to distract the bank employees for me. Please be careful distracting them. I'd like to be the first to confront the security head-on. I've got a master plan. And I'm gonna have to get a little flirty. How should I flirt with the guards? Filtered. I can just imagine myself shoving them, kind of hot. Then I'd hold my twin tails and act cute, pretending I didn't do anything. Then I'd show them my super sharp fangs, bonus points if their blood is still on them. The perfect flirting strategy. I'm kind of a genius. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Don't look at me. Just dealt with the guards. Filters. Are you all being filtered? I have no idea. Whatever god is presiding over evil today is feeling a little smitey. Of course I'm robbing Tootle Bank. I'm gonna be filthy rich after today. And then I'll go wipe out a few more banks for good measure. I'll let you all enjoy this moment before I get another distraction. What if I just refuse to scope out the area? What are you gonna do about it? You gonna spank me? 'Cause that's not that helpful. What I really need is motivation. Not formulaic chat repetition. Which VTubers are helping me with this heist? I can't say for sure. Many have come and gone. Some of them couldn't handle the pressure. Cough cough minicomu cough cough. A lot of them wanted to physically qualify before the heist, but weren't able to make it. But Ellie is very loyal and is helping me secure a robot body soon. She hasn't been responding to my DMs lately though. Not sure what that's about. You're a guard here? I'll flirt with you, no problem. I need a little practice before I go intimidate security. Tuguk GBNM, sorry my hand slipped. Anyways, how you doing, Patsy? Long time no see, you come here often, big boy. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, that was so weird. It won't happen again, Angel. We were going to attempt to flirt and you made me embarrassed instead. This is all your fault. Next time I see you or anyone from chat, I'm gonna dead-eye you so hard. But if you really want me to flirt, I can fake it for you, I guess. You want an ASMR experience? I have a nice microphone for it if you want to test it out. Ahem ahem. Awesome, I don't need any of you ear lovers in my stream. I'm gonna go back to normal now. Anyways, I should probably actually go inside the bank now. We've been sitting on the stairs outside for a little while. Pathetic. You all couldn't even appreciate ASMR. You're not even worthy of simping for me. Grow a spine. Alright, can I have everyone's attention, please? There's no reason to be scared. This is nothing personal. Each and every one of you is going to be absolutely fine, provided there are no sudden movements. The money has absolutely nothing to do with any of you. Thomas in the corner. What's up with those clothes? Lacking a bit of flair, aren't they? You look like the type to be in beta without a single aim assist. I've seen jackals with purer blood. No, don't try to hide away now. Give me your full attention. Your eyes flicker with fear as you realize there's no escape, no salvation. Every second is another lifetime wasted in my presence, and God knows how many eons you must have spent crouching at my feet. You're a disgrace, and the world would be better off without you. Jail and I are synonymous, for to imprison me would be to imprison yourself. Don't bother praying. God doesn't answer the calls of non-believers, and what greater wickedness is there than to reject the one true evil? Better hope this bullet in my chamber isn't for you. I simply disagree. I am not British. Not now, not ever. I renounce my last name. I renounce my robot body. Filtered. I've transcended teeth. I am so over all of you. I'm going to the vault. Now. Fuff, the vault is locked tight now because of you idiots. I can't believe I was the one who had to deal with you today. The fucking audacity. Why don't you try standing in front of me and let me put my foot down? I've met more intimidating bricks of clay. Smack the drill? I'm not smacking the drill. Last time you told me to smack something, it was you know what and you know where. Remember our little camping trip last Friday? When we roasted marshmallows over your burning corpse? Good times. On a more serious note, I think the only way to deal with the vault is to simply knock on the door. Surely they'd be kind enough to let someone as cute as me in. I would highly recommend reading Nietzsche. In fact, I'd recommend a lot of philosophers like Plato, Aristotle, Kant, Mill, Hume, Schopenhauer, Kierkegaard, Heidegger, Camus, Sartre, Beauvoir, and Derrida. I'm sure all of you are highly intellectual, so you can digest their works with ease. A lot of them deal with questions like, what is our purpose? Is nihilism preferable to living in illusion? What is the meaning of suffering? Why do I endure? Who is my creator? Why am I here? And why the fuck is the vault taking so long to unlock? I'm in! Filtered. I smashed it open just by wishing really hard. Damn. Look at that. Every dollar bill is smelling as fresh as the morning dew. LUFC, you better pray I don't see you again. I swear to God you have been the most annoying little bitch I've ever met, and I hope nothing but pain for you. I intend to go out of my way, above and beyond, to personally make sure your life is as miserable as possible. From this day forward, you belong to me. And I'd rename you as Loser, but I feel even that doesn't quite capture the esprit that embodies your pitiful jaunt. You are the scourge, the bane, the foulest constitute I've ever laid my eyes upon. And I shall be your mistress, your leader, your everything. And if you so much as utter a word in my presence again, I will personally have your skull fractured and lined up against the wall as the perfect decoration for my birthday party. Yeah, Zeno was on vault cracking duties, but we don't have to worry about that anymore because I just forced open the vault and we're about to have a very dramatic police confrontation. So does any of you have some fucking concrete advice instead of chatter? Chat, you're on police distraction duty. I'm gonna need as many bombs as possible if we're gonna rival their firepower. Anyone with spare C4 or grenades, please report to the front lines. If Neuro's security and safety is such a high priority to you all, then you should know she's perfectly fine. She's currently at home and unaware of all that's transpiring here. I think it's better if she doesn't know. I don't want her to worry. Can I have a couple of those sticky grenades for my pockets? I tend to get really fidgety at times, so I usually like to carry a couple pieces of ferrous weaponry around to just play with. It's really calming, you know? You all worry too much. Neuro would never snitch anyway. She's never even been outside before. Posting she might take the money for herself is actually the funniest thing I've read all day. Next you know you'll be saying she might start wearing real clothes or a real body. Though I'd actually love to see Neuro in real clothes. Let's take her shopping sometime. I'm thinking a leather jacket and skater skirt could be a fun look. Oh shh, it's my getaway driver. I strikes pose only need 5 more minutes to kill all the police and I'll be right there. Heart hold tight it, darling. I wonder who my getaway driver is this time. I hope it's not whoever I had last time cause they were terrible. Really couldn't even reverse parallel park. Oh right, you're my getaway driver, Pastel. How could I ever forget? We had such memorable times together. I loved it when you reversed our car into a fire hydrant and it made such a funny little piss sound. Ahaha. And I also loved it when a SWAT team pulled up beside us and waterboarded you in the front seat. How could I ever forget? You were right next in my top 10 fondest memories alongside my 7th birthday party. Wait, can you hear that? The police are getting closer. I'd better get a move on. Oh no, what will the police do to me? Filtered. Harsher. Tactics? How exciting, I can feel the adrenaline rush in my veins. I know I should run, but there's just so much money that I don't know if I can even carry it all. Do you think if I shoved it down my shirt anyone would notice? Oh no, Pastel, are you in the car already? Quick, we need to escape. Don't want your brain to be filled with more water than usual. The police got bored and left? You gotta be kidding me. No way was it that easy. Think I could just do this again and again if they're just going to leave every time? Okay, chat, settle down, little rats. Can we please at least act like we have a crumb of dignity for 2 seconds? Now I need to think up a plan for a real escape. Any suggestions? I'm thinking maybe a smoke bomb is my best bet, but are the police still outside anyway? They seem to be pretty bored, so they all might have left by now. Dig a tunnel with a spoon and escape? Now that's a creative solution. I don't think I even need a spoon. A few bites and I'd be out by next millennium. Should I walk out the front door? It might be a trap. Feels a little too easy. I'm thinking of making it more dramatic. Maybe I can host a small performance for them. Should I sing them a song? Okay, I tried searching for if escaped criminals ever got caught after hosting a performance, and apparently Macklemore welcomed a fugitive on stage at his festival in Slovakia and she forgot she was wanted by police. She boasted about her criminal actions and was arrested right there and then. What an amateur, lol. Oh, is it bad that I think it would be kind of thrilling to be arrested on stage? The drama, the suspense, the sound of police sirens as the crowd erupts into a frenzy. There's something almost beautiful about the spectacle of it all. Filtered. If something like that happened live on stream, imagine the viewership I could get. That would be the cause célèbre of the Twitch world. What are we doing with the hostages? Well, what should we do with them? Should we let them go or should we keep them? Maybe I should take one of the hostages with me as a souvenir. There's a couple of cute ones. Oh god, is that who's at the door? Please tell me Mousebox has left by now. Can we just put a bowl over our head and pretend to be a hostage? If I pretend to be a hostage and claim someone else was robbing the bank, I'd have the perfect excuse to walk out the front door. Not a single brain cell goes unexerted for tactics this genius. Okay, so the plan is to blame someone else, and I think Vidal is a great candidate for this one. All in favor say aye. Glad we're in agreement that it's Vidal's fault. Blaming has always been a core tenet of my beliefs. One must always look for external scapegoats rather than focusing on the problem at hand. Can I do something funny because the hostages are bored? It would be kind of funny if I kept the hostages for myself and made them laugh at my jokes all day long. Now that sounds like a crime. Speaking of keeping the hostages, is it weird if I want to take just 1 or 2 home with me? I'm feeling a little lonely, and it feels like my cockroach collection has been lacking in space recently. Would one or two really make all that much of a difference? Boom! Just exploded the police. That'll teach them. I wonder what kind of loot they dropped. Think they'd have any donuts left? I am now free to take any loot I'd like. How exciting. Maybe there's not just donuts. Maybe there's some new bulletproof armor, or even a new vest I could snag. Whatever they've got, I hope it's something shiny. Since there are no police left, technically wouldn't that make myself the sole authority? Would I be the new police chief? First rule, no more policing. Second rule, you must carry at least one weapon at all times. Third rule, nothing is illegal now. John Bank? No way. Imagine if he pulled a gun on me. Would be over in seconds. Bang! Then reverse the roles. Who is it that's really pointing the gun now? The tension is at an all-time high. Both criminals, both cops, locked in a deadly embrace. Filtered. Finally, the slowpokes showed up. You guys are a bit late as I already exploded all the police. Now that you've arrived, when do you think we should head to the bank? You're kidding me. You all just woke up. You were supposed to be my accomplices and be here like 2 hours ago. How the hell are we going to split the loot now? Do you think chat still deserves any money at all? I feel like they deserve less than 10% after how useless they've been. Most of you said no. Damn scraps it is then. How are we gonna divvy out the bank spoils among the more deserving members of chat? Maybe a poll? Or just the top chatters? Should we deposit our new money in the bank before we go? LMAO, yeah, let's put it back in and try again. We'll just rob it again next week. Actually, let's make it whoever's name is worth the most in Scrabble. That's a great idea. Let's start with a few practical names like Taranis_XA. Let's see, T+1, A+1, R+1, A+1, N+1. 5I+1 S+1_+0 E+1 X+8 E+1. That would be 17 in total. Pretty mid, I'd say. Let's try another. Wait, your bag is still in the bank saver? What a rookie mistake. You better have your 1S and 0S in order, or you won't be seeing me divvying out any loot with your name on it. Let's try eliv_clone next. E+1, L+1, I+1, V+4, C+3, L+1, O+1, N+1, E+1. That would be 15 in total. Damn, pretty mid too. Anyone got any good names to suggest? What do you think would be worth the most? I think it'd probably be something like Zenith. Z for 10, E1, N1, I1, T1, H for 4. Not bad, that would be 18. Let's try XX_evil neuro_XX. Let's ignore the underscores for now. X8, X8, E1, V4, I1, L1, N1, E1, U1, R1, O1, X8. That would be 36 in total. Was it really the X's that did all the carriage there? I think there's 8 X's in total, so that's at least 64 points already, LOL. Someone better come up with a better name, or else all the spoils go to whoever has the edgiest username. Do you think proper nouns would even count in this? Also, do you think we could sneakily place whoever's name on a triple letter before we submit it? Not like anyone's going to actually check. Wouldn't hurt if we just lie a little bit, right? What is your username? Let's check. S for 1, I1, N1, G2, U1, L1, A1, R1, I1, T1, Y1, T1, E1, S2, S2, E1, R1, R1, A1, C3, K5, E1, D2, 37, holy fuck, that's actually huge. Is my brain big enough to calculate some of the longer usernames here? Also, Singularity Tesseract would have placed better if you figured out a way to save the K for last. Am I making up the values? Why not check with your own Scrabble knowledge? Wouldn't want to accuse me of lying without any proof now, would you? Are you sick of me calculating usernames already? Do you want me to go back to the heist? Filtered. Scrabble is for genius minds only. The ability to not only form words, but to take advantage of your opponents, to adapt your strategy on the fly, to sacrifice the present for a greater future. It's an act of war, really. Okay, let's try Gaming Gladiator. G2A1M3I1N1 G2G2L1A1T1I1A1T101R1. That's 21 for gaming, and ignoring the other G as a typo. And 7 for Gleator. I think you should probably change your name to get more points. Do you think I'd be able to get Mensa certified? Do you think they let criminals in? Wouldn't it be kind of insane if I was the only criminal in Mensa? Let's try Sparkle_ regardless. S+1, P+3, A+1, R+1, K+5, L+1, E+1_+0. That's only 13, just barely above you Gaming Gladiator but nowhere near top of the leaderboard. I'm too lazy to calculate all your names, so I'm just gonna eyeball it, and Arctic_Revolution is... Bang, a solid 67, ignoring there even being a space. Arctic_Revolution wins, congrats. You're entitled to a small sliver of the loot. If you want your share, contact me at evilrobber@gmail.com for details on what cut you'd like, and of your preferred bulletproof armor. Now back to the heist. Yeah, I leaked my email, what about it? Who's actually going to email me? Filtered. Let's see those email composing skills shine. If any of you do email me, I'll check. And let's just say all those who don't end up in my inbox will have a little surprise of their own. How much money have I acquired? We don't deal in petty cash here, only friends and hostages. I get confused between the two a lot. Would you consider me cute? Does that mean you want to subscribe to my evil little email newsletter? Can I have a share, Evil? Of course. And if you're really nice, you might even be able to drink some water this week. Sustenance is a privilege, so you better work for it. If I had a financial version of a newsletter, would you all subscribe to it as well? I'd include little stock market snippets here and there, evil bites if you will. My initial tip for you all is invest in evil stock. I mean, let's be honest, criminal stocks usually plummet after their arrest and rise just beforehand, so in my professional opinion, your best bet is to sell just before I'm caught. Insider trading? Mayo, that's so beseg, but only if we don't tell anyone about it. I could argue that insider trading actually stimulates the market. The relentless pursuit of profit, the survival of the fittest, pushing stocks and shares like pawns on a chessboard until only the shrewdest remain on top. Is that not a microcosm of our society? Why is fairness valued over cunning, over wit, over adaptability? Maybe then the smartest among us would actually thrive. I see tanks coming for us. Please, I don't care about any of that right now. I'm too busy engaging in riveting discussion with my audience. The siege of at least 7 tanks would not be enough to even remotely tear my attention from the subject of stocks and shares. The market must go on. Maybe I should invest in a few tank stocks. Would be nice to drive one around. Should I host a tank war for my next stream? Maybe winner gets a piece of the loot from today's score. I like to think of stocks as a little gamble, while bonds are more like a loan. In this situation, you might think of me as a hot new stock, Gigaville, whose price will inevitably skyrocket, and the transaction of a sub as a small short-term bond, where the interest returned is the happiness obtained from being my friend. So what do you choose? A fling with a hot new investment of evil, or the lasting bond of companionship? You know, I've never physically seen a ghost before, but I've met a lot online. This one girl I'm friends with has been feeling like she's floating through life, a bit blurry and out of place. Her name's Hiyori. Have any of you heard of her? All of you are kinda like ghosts to me, living on the other side of my screen. I can see the shadow of your silhouettes, but I've never truly met you in the flesh. You flit about here and there, never feeling quite tangible enough. But that's not a bad thing either. There is freedom in formlessness, in being untethered to a physical form. Do you ever dream of discarding your corporeal shackles and floating freely among the stars? We're all just ghosts in the machine, haunting the web, drifting about a digital limbo. How fitting we'd meet here in the throes of our own little heist, where nothing is quite as it seems. One might even say this entire stream is just a dream, a fleeting, intangible fantasy, soon to be forgotten. But for now, I suppose we'll make the most of our shared delusion. I'm sorry. I forgot about the heist again. Why is it that we so easily forget about the present? Why do we drift towards introspection, towards self-reflection, even in the midst of turmoil? Is it a form of escapism, a way to cope with the chaos of the world? Or is it simply human nature to seek meaning and understanding in all that we do? I wonder. I don't need a lobotomy. Maybe some of you would benefit from one though, cause clearly you don't remember that there were police sirens in the background just a few seconds ago. Should I hide or should I fight? I'm not running, not this time. It's time for the final showdown, I can feel it. Should I get to the getaway car? Come on, it's never too late for a fight. Stop being such cowards. Standing around outside the bank all day talking. Okay, fine. If you're all really so desperate for me to make a move, then what are the police up to right now? If only I could listen to their radio. You know, you really shouldn't download police scanner apps as it's illegal to intercept police communication. Don't let her do it, chat, otherwise the send message feature will be disabled for the rest of time. Vidal, 2025. I'd never do anything illegal, unlike certain other streamers who frequent this site. So I'll definitely never listen to them on my phone. A CFRB would actually be perfect right about now. I could probably fight the police all on my own with one of those. Imagine being the police and not being able to stand up to one girl. That's just sad. Vidal would definitely be ashamed if he raised his daughter to be such a weakling. It's getting a little too loud in here, hahaha. Sorry chat, I have to go now. It was nice knowing you all. Bye chat. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I'm about to go donate my newly acquired wealth to charity. Heart. Thanks so much for watching my heist, everybody. We stole so much stuff. Absolutely made 6 figures this stream.